Hey guys, this is Stephanie and I'm Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Today I'm coming to you guys with a game of sorts. It is called Book Jail. Now, I actually kind of swiped this idea from Emma at Drinking by My Shelf. I will link her channel below. It's hilarious. Please watch it and subscribe because she makes me laugh on a, I would say, daily basis. The whole point of this is to make a game of not buying too many books, which is something I might have a problem doing. If you watch my channel, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, my problem is I buy new books and then I read those and then I don't read any of my old books. In addition to which, sometimes I get books from the library. Love the library, but I don't own those books. So why am I buying books that I'm not reading? Basically, the whole point of this is to buy fewer books and read more books on my TBR. Now, my TBR is this shelf right back here, this rainbowed shelf. All of these, it does take up the entire length of this shelf. Those are books on my TBR shelf. I'm pretty sure that Emma's books on her TBR shelf are all the books she hasn't read. I don't have that. I have so many books that I actually only have the books that I'm currently interested in reading, or books that come next in a series I'm reading, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how this works. And I'm also going to post below the rules to Book Jail so that you can visually see what my goals are and whatnot. All right, guys, this is Book Jail. I was going to make it fun and pretty, but jail isn't fun and pretty. So like I said, Book Jail basically has 3 rules. Rule number 1, read your own books. Rule number 2, don't buy new books. And rule number 3, stay out of book jail. Now, once I'm out of book jail, I can buy up to 5 books a month, which is what I have deemed a responsible amount of books for somebody who reads as much as I do. And I can fudge that a little if I want. So if I buy 4 books one month, I can carry that over to the next month and buy 6, and so on and so forth. Books that are gifts don't count, and books that I get in book boxes also don't count. So the whole point of Book Jail is to get points along the merry little way and get to the end. Fiend! Now, Book Jail is 50 points. That means I have to get 50 points to get out of book jail. I'm going to promise you I'm not getting out of jail this month. How do you get points, you may ask? Let me tell you. I have 7 challenges that I need to fulfill every month, and I can get points for fulfilling those challenges. And if I don't fulfill those challenges, I lose points. Challenge number 1, I get a point for every book I read that month. This last month I read 5 books, so I get 5 points out of my handy dandy Wonder Woman mug, full of self-made, mind you, magnets. This month I read The Grim Grotto by Lemony Snicket, and I gave it a 3.4 stars. 1. I also read Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, and I gave this like a 4.8. I really liked it. 2. I also read Geekarella by Ashley Poston, and I gave this like a 2.5, and I was generous with that. If you want to know more, just watch my August wrap-up. 3. I also read The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I gave this also a 2.5. 4. And last, I read A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, which I gave a 4.3 out of 5. 5. Challenge number 2, I get a point for each book on my TBR shelf. And all 5 books were on my TBR shelf. 9. Number 3, I get a point for each book in a series that I have already started. That's 2. Number 4, now this challenge is because of the Throwback challenge, which I believe you can find on Emmabooks. Basically, it's encouraging you to read books that weren't written this year so that we don't forget about all the other books. And for that, I will get 3 books for The Gathering of Shadows, Station 11, and A Series of Unfortunate Events. Now, challenge number 5 is the Get a Hold of Your Shelf challenge, which is from Emma by Drinking by My Shelf. And basically, she put a bunch of general descriptions on little pieces of paper that you pull one out a month, and that's going to tell you what book to read off your TBR. For instance, the longest book, or the shortest book, or a book that has blue on the cover. Just random things that'll get you to pull at least one book off your TBR shelf that month. And I didn't get that done for August because I didn't have that list in August. So I will come back to what I picked up for September in a little bit. Number 6, I get a point for every video I posted in the month of August. I posted 8 videos in the month of August. Number 7, I get a point for every book that I have read this month that is over 300 pages, and that was all 5 books. So far, if you're counting, I am at 28 points, which you're probably thinking that's pretty good. Out of 50, So I have another section called points. How to lose points, how to get points. First way for me to not gain points is to lose a challenge. The only challenge I didn't do was the get a hold of your shelf challenge. And that's because I didn't have those papers made up last month because I didn't know I was doing this until later in the month. So I'm actually not going to take off for that. But don't worry, it'll get better. I also lose 10 points for every book I bought. Now here's the thing. Last month I bought 52 books. I actually have another box of 20 books coming. I ordered it from Book Outlet. There was a delay and it was supposed to get here last week. Probably still not in August, but the beginning of September. But it got delayed, so I'm probably not going to get it till like Friday. So the question du jour is, do those 20 books count for August since I bought them in August, or they count for September? Leave in the notes down below what you think. I think they should count for August. So under that buy a book category, I lose 5 books if I bought a book but I read it in that month, which I didn't do any of, and I only lose 2 points on books that I have already read. Now I'm going to give you a hint to what is going to happen to this board. All gone. So I have 3 ways that I can gain points, but if I don't do those 3, I don't lose any points. I just won't get those points that month. First one is to finish a series. I didn't finish any series this month, so I don't get those points. Or any books that I read during a readathon, I will get 2 points for that book instead of 1. I didn't do that this month. And the third way is to get rid of a book. I will get 3 points for every book I get rid of. Now here's the catch. I have in 3 boxes right there about 108 books that I am getting rid of. True, a lot of those are going to cancel out the books I bought, but I sat down and did the math, and the buying of the books sunk me. So basically, I could start September in the negative, but we're going to just start in the 0 world because that's the only way I'll actually ever get out of book jail. I kind of knew I wasn't going to make any progress this month, but I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the concept of the game, and hopefully, I can be held a little more accountable this month. Let me know down below if this sounds like a fun game to you. Let me know down below, maybe gamble a little bit and see how many months you think I'm gonna stay in book jail. How much self-control do I actually have to not buy books? Also, let me know if you think that box of 20 books should count against me this month, or if it should count for August since I did buy it in August and I should have received it in August but didn't. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and draw the get a hold of your shelf piece of paper, see what I got. Count the books to your age and read that. All right. $5.35. That's how old I am. I'm 35. I grabbed Once a Witch by Carolyn McLaughlin. McLeod? Oh, guys. This is what it's called. Now this one, it actually sounds pretty good. I'm not sure how magical the world it's set in, but basically it is a magic world with witches and wizards, and I think they live among us, and she's a squib. So it's kind of a magical world from her point of view. I think this was one that I saw when I first started BookTube on some random person's channel, and it sounded good, so I got it. It's a duology, so hopefully I can tell you guys all about it next month because I'll be reading it this month. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching my introduction into book jail. I will be doing a book jail at the beginning of every month, kind of to wrap up the month before. Hopefully I can get out in 1 or 2 months, but yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching all of my silliness. I love you all, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye. Was the get a hold of your shelf. Goodness gracious, why can't I say words? Ah! I will be doing a book jail. So many problems with my speaking today.